It says we're up, but
Let me check YouTube.
okay.
Got the notification. Make sure it's not the waiting thing.
Alright,
And
yeah,
then
we're
we're
good.
good. Cool, cool. Paste. And post it. Alright. Shit's good.
Alright.
Chat. Fuck. Boom. Alright, got that set up. So far we got no one in the chat. But it's all good. It's all good. The setup ain't too bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's really not.
Sorry, I was adding a shit ton of tags. Okay.
Goddamn.
Alright,
Good.
hold on.
5 minutes, nice.
Like, I'll look at the thumbnail for this one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. See if it's up. I can't wait to watch those Fiend figure reviews.
Oh, I
Okay.
swear, bro.
Notorious podcast. Yeah, I like the channel name. Is that way better? Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, I swear,
Okay.
bro.
No one in the chat. No one in the stream. I don't think.
Except for
No.
me.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's me.
All right.
You know I've been in. I don't know why it's not saying
Okay. All right. Ladies and gents.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. Here we are. Back with some news. What is up, you guys? We're back with part 2 of episode 9 of the Notorious Sales podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. If this is your first time watching, we have news every Friday, whether it's late. Usually we do it at 9, and we also do fantasy booking, what if, top 10s, Mount Rushmores, all kinds of shit on the channel, man. And yeah, it is I, Johnny Mayhem, with the Sir K. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. It's just, can't wait for the show, man. Oh god. Can't wait for the show, man. SmackDown. That show existed, but, yeah, man, how was your day?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just hanging out
Yeah,
as usual. So, yeah, guys, we got tons of news on this episode, man. And then at the end of the episode, we have our NXT Takeover in your house predictions, man. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess we could just kick it off with the most obvious. By now, most of you know by now, if you watch SmackDown. Also, man, we brought to you last week the story of many rumored call-ups coming up soon. And last week on SmackDown, man, it was confirmed that Matt Riddle, the original bro, NXT's original bro, is being called up to SmackDown Live. Thoughts?
it sucks, man. Really. He's done not much in NXT, man. He had so much left to do. Especially just recently, I would think all this would also lead to a feud with Pete Dunne, like
Right.
their tag team breakup and shit like that. But I guess not, man. I guess we're just gonna ignore everything they've done. He's not gonna even get any title runs besides the tag team run. I thought, yeah, he would end up beating Pete Dunne and end up going for probably the world title, maybe the North American. One of the two I would thought would have happened. I guess not, man. I guess they're just gonna call him up because they're scared that he won't renew his contract. So, yeah, man, that's just so gay, man. Plus the news with Kurt. Do we reveal that news right now too?
Yeah, you can.
Uh, the news with Kurt, man. It's like they wanted him to want Kurt Angle, Kurt, to be Matt Riddle's manager when he goes up to the main roster, and Kurt Angle said no for probably because he probably really just wants to spend time with his family, man. If you follow him on Twitter, not only, I mean, Instagram, not only would you laugh your ass off, but you would just see he's always hanging out with his family. But, fuck, what I was gonna, oh yeah, just, I think he knows that Riddle doesn't need someone like Kurt Angle as a manager. Plus, although that would be a funny ass pairing. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Matt Riddle's too legit. He doesn't need a manager like Kurt Angle. He doesn't need a mentor. He's already there, man. So I don't like that he's getting called up, but I'm glad that Kurt Angle didn't agree to be his manager. But yeah, man, I just wish he wouldn't be called up. There's so much NXT for him to do still, man. So yeah, what did you think about this shit?
Yeah, man. I mean, Matt Riddle on SmackDown. I mean, why? The thing is, first thing I'm thinking about too is it's like, why are you, why are you trading people like AJ Styles there? Why are you making trades if you're calling people up? That's what I'm getting at. And the thing with Riddle, you know, it's it's just not right to just take from NXT. I don't believe in that. I believe in like gradually taking from NXT, obviously, because you have to, like a call up here, a call up here. But when you're gonna call a whole bunch of people up in the span of 4 to 6 months, that's just taken from them, you know what I mean? Especially assets like we brought to you last week, like huge people to the brand. I think Riddle. I I don't. I feel like obviously we know he has it in him to get over on the main roster, but I think that but I don't think he'll get over with the people in the back because I
Mm-hmm.
just think they find him as annoying. I think they don't get him. And yeah, man, I don't, I feel like they don't believe in him, even though some people do. I just feel like a lot of the important people don't, because we all know that that, we all know that Vince clearly is falling out of favor with him, and that's only because of the reason that Matt Riddle has, poked fun at some of Vince's praised people, that being Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Vince obviously loves those guys, and obviously they don't really take much of a liking to Matt Riddle. But I think for Matt Riddle to succeed, all it's got to take is understanding him. You know what I mean? Like and he doesn't need a pair of wrestling boots, Booker.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need boots. That's a stupid ass take. That was a really stupid ass take, in my opinion. Uh, and those are the kind of what I'm getting at is those are the kind of main roster-esque things that are gonna completely ruin him. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? If they try to make him serious, because Matt Riddle's serious, but he's just goofy. That's just who he is, and I genuinely believe that's actually who he is. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um, Also, in his promo video, the first line he said in it was, "It's ironic. My last name is Riddle because I'm a tough dude to figure out." And I'm like, no. I'm like, you don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need to keep bringing up the fact that he's hard to figure out, which he's not really hard to figure out, but I guess for old timers he is
Mm-hmm.
like looking at a fucking chemistry board. But yeah, they just don't get him, and to me that will be the main catalyst if he does fail, and I hope he doesn't, because but he's one of those guys I could see like a Ricochet, man, who's just in a couple months from now he's floating in a sea of nothing. So that would be the only good thing I would see if Kurt managed him. Obviously, they would keep him relevant, but like you said, he's too good for Kurt. I mean, he's Jesus Christ. He's Matt fucking Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need Kurt Angle. He doesn't. He's like you said. He's already there. Like, you're just gonna ignore the fact that this guy fought in the UFC and legitimately is arts. You know what I like? He doesn't need an Olympic wrestling coach to teach him how to wrestle. And
Mm-hmm.
like he like Booker was saying on WWE backstage, like, oh, he was telling me when I met him that he has good matches, but he needs to perform. Like, he fucking does perform. He needs to,
Mm-hmm.
and Booker was saying he needs to perform like a CM Punk. Like, okay, Matt Riddle's not CM Punk, but like that
Mm-hmm.
isn't that the catch? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Not everybody's supposed to be the same. You know what I mean? And Matt Riddle is talented in his own way. You know what I mean? You don't have to perform like everybody else. And if you ask me and a lot of other people, Matt Riddle performs fine. There's nothing
Mm-hmm.
like he's not talented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
He just has
he's
a different style in the ring.
yeah.
Everyone has a different style.
Right. He just has a
Strike.
Booker's take just didn't make any sense. It's hard to
Mm-mm.
dissect his take because it just didn't
Just
make any sense. Like he was
yeah.
talking about Riddle as if he was talking about Kona Reeves. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like that. You know what I mean? Like it's Matt Riddle, bro. They didn't sign him and put him in a takeover crowd for no reason. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's not bad in the ring. You know what I mean? You can't. I don't know. Booker's take was just fucking retarded, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. Like I said, that those are going to be key factors if Matt Riddle does fail on the
Mm-hmm.
main roster, which we know that is definitely
A
definitely a
possibility.
possibility.
Mm-hmm. And
And
Booker. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, what was it?
And Booker. You're gonna tell him he's gotta wear a pair of wrestling boots for whatever reason, even though he's fine without them. He wrestles better than half these people do with them. But would you tell the Usos to wear wrestling boots since they don't? Would you tell? I mean, Enzo. He did kind of. No, he was the best, but still, would you tell Enzo to wear wrestling boots in a ring? It's like, come on, man. A lot of people really don't. If you look, a lot of people don't, man.
Cena
It's just
doesn't.
exactly, bro. Like, would you tell Cena that? God, no. It's just like people have their own preference. His preference is barefoot. He
And you
likes
know
the
what too?
slides.
Rusev did that, and everybody was okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean? Other than
Exactly.
people backstage. You know what I mean? I mean, like, would you tell Rusev? No, Rusev was amazing in his prime days, man. But it's just, and even his Happy Rusev. Well, I would say that was his prime, but when he wasn't wearing shoes, he was fine. You know what I mean? It's just it
Mm-hmm.
looked different, which is whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody looks different. Well, kind of. Fucking, but well, I'd say everybody looks different, but everybody's kind of booked the same, feels the same. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean
Exactly.
it's what he feels comfortable wrestling in, and if that's what he feels good, that's the look he's created for himself. That's how people know Matt Riddle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So yeah, man, that's a good point. A lot of people wrestle in fucking Jordans. You know what I mean?
Exactly. A lot of
Um,
people.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man, but yeah. Um, next up, man. Trying to think what to do next. Yeah. So on a recent Impact, I believe it was for Slammiversary. Correct me if I'm
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Slammiversary, um, the ad consisted of um a lot, and I mean a lot
Mm-hmm.
of recently released WWE superstars, and I believe that consisted of Eric Young, I think EC3,
Yeah.
um,
EC3.
Drake Maverick, I
I
believe
think
Luke Gallows
Omega.
was in there.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently, the word going around is that there was a handshake agreement, or just you
Yeah.
get the gist, a
Yeah.
handshake agreement that all the released WWE superstars were going to show up at Impact Slammiversary. What do you think?
I mean, it's good for a lot of them. All of them can get shows right off the bat from getting released. So I don't think that was ever a worry for any of them. But like, I mean, it's just good for them, man, and good. I mean, again, I don't know why everyone loves Impact all of a sudden, but I guess it's good for Impact, man. They're getting some star power for some reason, but I think a lot of them aren't gonna sign with Impact, especially people like Revival, because they're the type of people that they want to do everything everywhere. So I think some of those people, especially like a Luke Gallows, will just there for like just an event, just to show up, get a little extra paycheck from Slammiversary, give them a little edge, shit like that, man. But when it comes to Drake Maverick, he was I think he was one of like the biggest people ever advertising for Slammiversary, and he just signs with WWE again. So it's kind of fucked up to that man. It really is. Just agree, and then they make a whole ad for you to show on their pay-per-view, their biggest pay-per-view of the year, and you just go sign with someone else. That's a little bogus to me, man. I don't know, but that just sounds bogus to me, even if it is Impact, man. That's just not right. Just at least tell Vince that, even though he probably wouldn't agree. Just be like, hey, I'll sign with you guys. I just agreed to this. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna go do their show because I agreed to. Like that's just kind of fucked up, and it shows where Drake Maverick or Rockstar Spud's loyalty truly lies. It's just in security in the WWE contract. So yeah, man. If I was Drake Maverick, I wouldn't. If I knew I wanted to come back and that they knew they were gonna offer me, I wouldn't have agreed to that, man. I would just been like, nah, man. I would have told him like, if I get rehired, I will make it. But if I'm not, count me in. Like he just automatically said he was gonna be there, and then he just go sign with someone else, man. That's just fucked up to me, man. I know I would be pissed if I was Impact, but yeah, man. That's just my take on it. What do you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, this not too much of a take on it, other than the fact of I think it's just your ex TNA people,
Mostly,
uh,
yeah.
EY Gallows, uh, Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud, EC3, just kind of showing up, not really telling us what they were going to do, if they were going to start a new faction, maybe. That'd be really weird, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was just probably just something for them to do. Probably
Hmm.
is what I can gather from it. Probably just something for these guys to do, and yeah, just nothing really more than that. I don't really see these people. Maybe Eric Young, just because of the fact that that's where most of his career lied. So
Hmm.
maybe finishing out probably to the place that treated him the best. So yeah, but as far as Luke Gallows, there's a lot of speculation going around now that him and Anderson will most likely be heading back to Japan, which is a very foreseeable destination, as all of us
Hmm.
predicted. Obviously, All Elite Wrestling, that would be my choice for them to go, just because of the fact that they have the history with some of the guys there, obviously from the Bullet Club, the Elite. And yeah, man, I think it was probably just going to be something to do for a one-off, maybe. But Rockstar Spud is definitely one of those guys I could see that would have ended up staying. But obviously, with all of that news, man, we bring you to our next topic, which this past Wednesday on NXT, they built him up. He robbed Kushida, who has not
Hmm.
gotten over at all. And this could have been his shot,
Hmm.
maybe to get over, and they ended up giving the spot to they ended up giving the spot to Drake Maverick instead to face El Hilo del Fantasma, and he ended up losing, man. And after the match, he was getting the crowd ovation, and Triple H, Papa Mark, came out and gave him a WWE contract, and he signed it. So, what do
Hmm.
you think about that?
I mean, it is good for him. He does have a job back in, his dream company, so good for him on that, man. But it's just first of all, this storyline, this, returning and could re-sign with the company if he wins storyline. That storyline needed a. That storyline is just abysmal with that fucking with the crowd they make sound so or just so unorganic, man. It does not work with this crowd, but yeah, man. Like I didn't realize that till you just said it. Like this could have been what got Kushida over. This could have been what made people care about him, but they sacrificed it for what I thought would be Drake Maverick's, triumphant win. But he just ends up fucking losing, like, and then he still gets a contract, like, I mean, yeah, he's worked hard, but did he earn a contract? Like, kayfabe wise, nah, man. But yeah, man, I think it's just a missed opportunity in every way, man. I think they just missed the opportunity in every way for this cruiserweight championship tournament. And another thing I heard about this whole situation, I heard that they're not gonna have, I guess who he is now. What's his name? Phantasma.
Hmm.
That they were gonna have the winner of that tournament and the new champ fight what was his name?
Jordan
Uh
Devlin.
Jordan Devlin for the true rights to the North American, not North American, to the cruiserweight title. But I heard they canceled those plans too. So like, what is Phantasma gonna do besides probably longevate this feud with Maverick? It's lame, man. It's one of these things that needs a crowd, and we're not gonna get one for at least I think another month at the very most. But yeah, man, I just think it's a missed opportunity all the way around. They could have done this so much better. Um, like it would have been an even heartfelt more story if Maverick didn't win, he didn't resign, and maybe one day he did come back, and that would be a better story overall. Like, yeah, I did lose. I did not win a contract, but look where I am now. They won me yet again after I busted my ass, and now I want that title. Shit like that, man, would have been just way better overall, man. But yeah, man, what did you think about that whole situation?
Yeah, man, I absolutely stand behind your statement. I think what you just said would have made for a grander story. I think the whole kind of now I'm back, now they want me back. I like that a lot better than just kind of getting the participation contract, man. I mean, yeah, but I mean, for the cruiserweight championship, I all I could do is kind of just hope that this all turns out to be that Phantasma is the leader of that Mexican lucha faction.
Mm-hmm.
Though that's one of the bright spots that could come out of it, but for
Most
where you go from here, I don't really know. I mean, they're both playing baby faces, so I don't really see a point why Maverick has to get another championship match here. But uh, yeah, I mean, Drake Maverick being resigned, I think it's one of those things where it's like, okay, he's resigned, yay, good for him, but now what are we going to do with him? We're going to do the exact same shit we did with him before he was fired. Absolutely nothing.
exactly.
And that to me, man, is not good. I don't think that I don't think that he deserves that. You know what I mean? I think he should go and back on the indies and earn his stripes, and possibly even get picked up by an AEW or whatever. But I don't think that this was necessarily needed, even though I'm happy for the person, not
Mm-hmm.
the character. I'm happy for the person that obviously he got his job back, but, um, at the end of the day, I don't know if that was I don't know if that was the right move. I mean, I don't really know where you go with him from here. Especially, I don't really like how they built it up. In those interviews, he kind of just looked like he didn't give a shit. He wasn't nervous if he lost or won, considering that it depended on a WWE contract. And yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think it was the right move. I think he should have and I think if he did give his word to Impact, I think that's not right. That's not right. That's just not
Mm-hmm.
the right thing to do. So hopefully he didn't, man, but hopefully he didn't burn a bridge, but I mean, if you're Impact, man, you can't help but just be a little pissed off at that.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, so yeah,
Especially,
man. What's up?
mm-hmm. Especially because that's where he made his career.
Right.
So it's just to them, yeah, you made your career over here, but you'd rather choose them over us. That's just fucked up. If I was Impact, man, I would not be happy with that, man.
For sure, for sure. I could definitely see what you mean there, man. But speaking of NXT, we got some different news, man. We got some news. So apparently, there are one team and one single star that the people in NXT just aren't behind, man. The team I'm about to mention was getting a good and decent kind of push, if you will. Um, and yeah, I mean these guys attacked Matt Riddle. It looked like they were kind of going to be going for the championships, and then they kind of just disappeared off television. Man, I'm talking about Indus Share, obviously the two big Jinder Mahals managed by Malcolm Bivens. Um, those guys, they don't really see much in them. What do you think?
Same, man. They just, uh, I mean, Malcolm Bivens doesn't look like a bad manager, not really, but he just doesn't look like a manager that would fit those two, you know? Like
Hmm.
those guys would need a not Paul Heyman, what's his name? Fuck, I forget. Paul Ellering type manager, something like that. More like tough, more just smart, gritty, and veteran type guy. But to be honest, I don't think people will ever get over with them, man. It's just because I don't know. I just get the feeling from them that they aren't it. I don't know why. I feel like just by them the little shit they've done, just standing there, they just don't show much charisma in their body language. With two guys like that, like you need like when AOP had Paul Ellering, they had the body language, bro. They had the cool factor, they had the body language. But these guys, they kind of just don't, and they don't fit the look with what's his name. So it's just not. I mean, I don't really blame them, but just give it time. If they get over, and of course, you got to push them. That's the rules of logic, and Triple H actually follows logic. But yeah, man. I think there's going to be the type like Kona Reeves where Triple H is going to always want them to get over, even if they don't. And, if they don't, of course, he won't push them like Kona Reeves, but he's always going to want to be the one where Triple H, you can tell, I think will want them to be over. But to be honest, I think it'll be at least a while. So, yeah, man. What do you think about those guys?
Yeah, man. I think. Uh, yeah. That again. Triple H always talks about how some people just don't have it.
Hmm.
I don't. I don't see it. I don't see it out of them. Not only not Triple H doesn't, but I mean, if we're thinking ahead, when they get called up, WWE cannot, for the life of them, book two powerhouse big dudes in a tag team. Look at it. Look at the
Hmm.
Authors of Pain, dude. First of all, they stripped them from their most important asset, which was Paul Ellering, and then they renamed them to AOP for what?
I hate
Um,
that.
and yeah, man. I mean, it, it's hard to say. It really is. I mean, they just don't have. I don't. I just don't think they have it. At least not now. I just don't see anything out of these guys, and I don't. Man, I don't think like their look just looks very like I'm playing wrestler to me. I
Hmm.
think their look, they just kind of look like, oh, well, we're two Indian dudes, so let's just put on these weird skirts that make us look traditional, and it doesn't match
Hmm.
their face paint or anything like that. And Malcolm Bivens does not really fit that mold. I don't really see it. I don't really see it out of him. I mean, well, I do see him as a great manager, but I don't see him like with them. I just don't.
Hmm.
I just don't think that he. I just don't think that he fits that kind of tag team. I feel. I feel like Malcolm Bivens could manage. I actually don't really know who he could manage. I see him managing like two big guys, but like I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it just doesn't fit.
it's by this point it all honestly just comes down to like I just I just don't see it out of these guys. I really
Yeah.
don't. It's just like the interest is not there. Like we haven't been served a reason to care about them. You know what I mean? Especially when they make
Mhm.
their impact and then they disappear off television. It's like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Adam Cole's going to AEW. We got a little bit of news on that, man. We'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird situation because I don't really know why I don't like these guys, but it's just like they haven't felt important,
Mhm.
and we haven't been given a reason to be like all eyes on these guys right now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Uh, when I mean, I mean, if I were to just give you an example on some other teams, well, the Undisputed is its own. Well, like a group like Sanity. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's a group where you're like, wow, like eyes on these guys now, or even AOP, another
Mhm.
team, or like even the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders. Um. By the way, I know you know 'cause we were a takeover, but you know the War chant, right?
Mhm.
You know they
Oh,
switched that to Raid.
really?
Yeah, it's
Oh
apparently
my
war
God.
is banned on television, which makes no sense because it's been banned for a while, but they were calling Ember Moon the war goddess, and also
Yeah.
wrestling's a banned term, and at Backlash they're promoting the greatest wrestling match ever. It doesn't make any sense. They just do what
Yeah.
the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's how it really is, man. It's just Vince just does what he wants. He makes these banned terms and words as just an excuse for that, even though he says all those banned words all the time.
Yeah.
That's just Vince logic, man.
They
Makes no
even
sense.
printed Becky Two Belt shirt. And
Mm-hmm.
Belt's another banned one. But yeah, apparently War is banned, and they are now, when they do the rock sign with their hand, they say
Mm-hmm.
raid, 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 and it looks
Wrestling.
like the gayest thing on the fucking planet.
That's so
Um,
lame.
it's fucking ridiculous. I seen it on Raw, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? These guys look retarded. Yeah, but teams like the War Raiders, they make an impact. Which I mean, these two guys did make an impact. They went straight for the tag team champions, but after that, it's just like, okay, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it just lacks interest for whatever reason, man.
Mm-hmm.
It just lacks interest because these guys haven't been able to be made important. The only thing we did get from Malcolm Bivens was him introducing them, and I mean he seems to be a manager with a lot of promise, man. And but I don't know. I don't really. I just don't see it from these guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So at least not yet. I hope we can, but yeah. The other person on this list is very unfortunate. If you guys follow either me or Sirkan on social media, we met this man in a place no better than Target. We met this man in Target. His name is Bronson Reed, man. And they don't see anything in him, dude. I know you got a take on this. What do you got?
It is unfortunate, man, because he's a genuinely good talent. He's good in the ring. I gotta think. Yeah, he's good in the ring. He's generally good big man. He is. He can be very interesting if you book him right. I think he'd be pretty interesting if they book him right. But they're just using him as basically a new Cassius Ohno, man. And it sucks, man. He's just all he does is put people over, man. Which I mean, good for the other people, but like, come on, man. He could be better than this. He could do something with him. Like they could do something with him, not just sit and just do nothing.
Right.
Like, what was I saying? Yeah, man, it's just unfortunate. He's a good talent. He's a good person backstage. Clearly, me and you, we met him. He's a super cool person. Um, yeah, man, he was one of the more cooler ones in that first breakout tournament. He was one of the cooler ones. Um, It just sucks for him, man, because he's a good talent, like I said, and he could be doing more than just jobbing out. Well, he's Australian, so why don't you put him in NXT UK? They need more people. That's what UK is lacking, people, and he could just add to that roster, bro. He could be such an interesting person on that roster, but yeah, if I was him, I would put him in NXT UK. And but just yeah, man, it just sucks for him, man. Because I mean, there's definitely things to see in him. So yeah, what do you think about this whole situation?
Yeah, man. I mean, you know me better than a lot of people. You know, I love the big guys that can fucking move around
Hmm.
with the best of them. I just fucking pop huge for those just because it's just fucking cool to see. Obviously, the Killian Danes and stuff. But man, I think this, I really think that this sucks for him that they're saying this now, considering a lot
Hmm.
of people could be leaving NXT soon, and we are going to get to see the rise of a lot of people. Obviously, the people that look to be on that rise are uh, Dexter Loomis looks to be one.
Hmm.
Cameron Grimes looks to be one, slowly but surely. Damian Priest. Obviously, Dijak's leaving for whatever reason. Um, it's rumored that he's going to be in Seth's group, which I think would actually, I wouldn't mind that, obviously.
I dig it.
Yeah. If you guys have been watching the show, you'll know that I love Seth now. But uh yeah, I don't know. I think he looks sick in that role, but yeah, I feel like in NXT he's got a lot more room to develop something. Obviously, if you're it's almost like with Dijak, it's like with him it's like you kind of have to put him in that Seth group because if not,
Yeah.
what kind of character does he have to elevate him? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Unless he's just going to be one of the more boring and stale guys. I love Dijak in the ring, but as far as promos and stuff go, he doesn't really have a character for himself, a personality for himself yet. Obviously, aside the fact that he's fucking fantastic in the ring, but yeah, I mean, um, but with Bronson Reed, I think he's one of the better guys. I think out of that breakout tournament, obviously you had ACH, who was the clear favorite. Everybody loves
Hmm.
ACH. Well, everybody did love ACH. Obviously, before all that stuff happened, super nice guy, um,
Hmm.
and just genuinely seemed like a really cool guy. But obviously, that obviously didn't work out. And yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I think with all these people leaving, you'd think this is the perfect time that they'd be like, oh well, we want to start getting on it with Bronson Reed, and
Hmm.
no, not the case. For whatever reason, which sucks. I mean, with everybody leaving, you'd think this is the perfect time for them to capitalize on a guy like him because he's fantastic. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
if you don't have anything for him, again, just put him in NXT UK. Same with Killian Dane. Same fucking thing. Where has he even been? Where's Killian
Hmm.
Dane been? Um, and those are two guys that you could put in NXT UK. If you don't have anything to do with them, but I don't even think NXT UK's been running. I don't even think they've been
No.
having shows. But I mean, for the time being, he's gonna have to be nothing, man. Just because if they don't have anything for him, I mean, if NXT UK is closed and you can't put him there, I mean, it's whatever, man. But he's one of the guys that's there. I mean, he's not being
Hmm.
quarantined. Not that that's wrong, but he's one of the guys that's there. And I think this is the perfect time to capitalize on somebody like him. And if you're gonna use quarantine as an excuse, and well, not even really, if you're gonna use what's going on in the world as an excuse, um, we got to start seeing something from Bronson Reed once all these people get out of NXT. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Once
Exactly.
all these people leave, I want to see something out of Bronson Reed, man. And if they're not, I feel like they're making a major mistake because he's one of the guys that has a lot of potential, not just to be the Cassius Ohno of NXT nowadays. So yeah,
Hmm. Most
for
definitely.
sure. Yeah, is that all you got to say on that subject?
Yeah, man, that's just unfortunate for him, man. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Also, NXT, we got even more NXT news.
Mhm.
Tag team returns to the scene, man. Breezango, Febreze, whatever you want to call them, the Fashion Police. They are Fandango has came back from injury. I thought he went in for surgery, but they revealed on NXT that he didn't want to do another surgery. He just wanted to do physical therapy, and it
Mhm.
took him, I believe, about 9 months, just like they said. And now he's out, or now he's back again. I mean, and
Mhm.
Breezango has earned himself a chance at the tag team championship. So yeah, what do you think about Fandango coming back?
It's good to see him back. I totally forgot that he was on his way back. I thought it would still be like another couple months, to be honest. I totally forgot about Fandango, or just his the length of his injury. I totally forgot that it was already 9 months when that injury happened, man. But good to see him back. Good to see him back. But to be honest, I think Bernie Zango. To be honest, I think they lost a lot of their fire. To be honest, they're a great talent. Everyone knows that. But like, no one's really marking for them anymore. You know, like it's great to see him back. They're gonna have a great match. Um, Barthel and Eichner. But there's just, they're not, what should I say? They're not compelling. They're not someone you would want to mark for, like I said. They lost a lot of that edge, man. It was over time, mainly what happened to them on the main roster. But, another thing about them, man, I love them, but they lost a lot of their look. They really did, man. Fucking, Tyler Briggs looks just like Fandango at this point. Um, so there's not really a difference in like you got the blonde pretty boy, and then you got the
Stripper
you'd say the
looking
stripper
dude.
type. What ethnicity is he? Because I think he isn't he like Italian or something like that, or Mexican. I think he's
No,
something
I
like
think I think he's actually white. If you ever heard him like talk as Johnny Curtis, I think he's a white. He's probably got a little Italian in him. I could maybe see.
I feel like it, but something like that. But you have like the blonde pretty boy and the short haired pretty boy. That was their dynamic. But now they kind of just look the exact same. They don't really have a thing anymore. They're just they're still doing their fashion stuff, but like it's just not hitting the same that as he used to, man. But it's still good to see him back, man. I'm not complaining really at all. I'm not trying to. It sounds like that a lot, but I'm enjoying to see them back in that match whenever they have it with those two guys from Imperium, Eichner and Barthel. When they have that match, that'll be a great match. Do I see them winning? No, not at all. But they're just a
You
great
know,
talent to have back in the NXT Tag Division. Because to be honest, this NXT Tag Division has just been losing stars left and right. So
uh,
it's good to see them back. And good to see that they have another tag team for their division yet again, man. But yeah, what do you think about all this?
yeah, it's good to see them using Imperium as well, man. Dude, yeah, I mean, ever since the Fashion Files, man, I mean, I did like Fandango and Tyler Breeze in 2016 SmackDown, even though they were not one of the premier tag teams. Obviously, everybody's favorites were the New Wyatt family or American Alpha. Some people like the Usos as well, but definitely Breezango's always been one of those good teams. They've always been good. They never really been like unbearable, but I think they have lost a lot of their steam. That doesn't make them unbearable, but I just think that they aren't as cool and special as they once were, and it
Hmm.
really sucks. I mean, I understand the human. If he likes his hair short,
Hmm.
then I'm happy he's happy. But I'm just saying, Tyler Breeze with long hair looked way better than Tyler
Hmm.
Breeze. I mean, he kind of just looks like an upstart rookie with short hair. But with the long hair, man, his look just looked so crisp. It looked so cool. It looked like he believed in, it looked like he believed
Hmm.
in that he was actually a pretty boy, man. which he is not actually. But yeah, it's good to see Breezango back. It's great to see another tag team coming on here, man. Like I just said, with when the Undisputed leaves, that's going to be a big hit because they've always
Mm-hmm.
been a staple in that tag team division. But I'm glad to see that they're using Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
Priest and Dane would. I'm not
Yeah.
saying start making makeshift tag teams, but I'm kind of just fantasizing about people that would look cool. Obviously they have no reason to be put together, but yeah, that would be a bit different. Those two kind of alike, if you will, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, and I don't feel like NXT will kind of just throw two people like that together if it's not going to be good and or funny, like the Broserweights. That was both. That was those two just made a great tag team, I
Mm-hmm.
think, and they were funny as hell.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
yeah, also I forgot why the Broserweights got together. I can't remember. Oh, it was one of those makeshift tag teams they made in the Dusty Cup because they usually
Mm-hmm.
do that, which is the only
Yeah.
time you really like kind of just throw together makeshift tag teams. Obviously, they did the same thing with Pete Dunne and Roddy. Obviously, we all know how that turned out, but now he's in the Undisputed. But yeah, I mean, it ended up just working out, man. But as far as tag teams, man, I mean, they're utilizing Imperium, Eichner and Bartel, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. Um, because those guys are just great. I even I know we both of us even liked them when they were called the European Union before they were
Mm-hmm.
even in Imperium. They were just two great talents, just two
Oh,
just fantastic ass wrestlers. And yeah, and they make for a great tag team, and they're now the NXT Tag Team Champions, which is great. All he needs is for Wolf to get the North American Championship, and that group will be draped in gold. But
hell yeah.
or if Wolf wins the NXT title. But but yeah, well, I don't actually see that happening, man. But yeah, I mean, they got Imperium, they got Indus Share, they got Fandango and Tyler Breeze, which are back. A team to bring down that wouldn't be bad at all is Cedric and Ricochet.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, man. I
Dude,
could see.
that would be a great tag team in NXT.
Oh yeah, that'd be so good.
Not only two entertaining ass high flyers, but they're booked good too.
Mm-hmm. And
Sounds good.
they would. Oh, I swear, sounds great. And they would have the factor of going back down. That would be awesome.
Right. Since the Raw Tag Division seems to be fucking bowling games and axe throwing anyway. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's good to see Breezango back, but, yeah, I mean, like Sir K said, and like I said, man, these guys have lost a lot of their steam, as far as, the crowd being behind them goes, but, yeah, I mean, regardless, it's good to see another
Mm-hmm.
team in the division to help it out. Obviously, like I said, once the Undisputed leaves, that's going to be a major hit unless they just call Adam Cole up, which will be the dumbest move in call up history. Um,
Be so
but
bad.
yeah, man, I guess we can get on to it now. The main topic, man. Adam Cole, his contract seems to be up in August, or what they're also saying is that when they went to USA, when NXT went to USA, that they made a number of their big talents sign 3-year contract extensions. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, we could see Adam Cole in the WWE until 2022. But if not, we're not really certain now. His
Mm-hmm.
contract could be up in August. But since Britt Baker came out and said that she would like to see Adam Cole in AEW, that may lead some to believe that his contract could be up in August, man. And what do you think about this situation? This is a big topic, obviously. He's been a
Mm-hmm.
major player in that brand for a really long time now. So, what do you
Yeah,
think?
man. He's been in there for 3 years. The Undisputed they had their lows. They had their times where they weren't doing a lot or they weren't really that compelling sometimes. Very rare, like twice I think it happened, but most of the time they just been running shit, man. They just been great at it, all of them, man. But Yeah, man. If he did sign that deal, that just sucks for him, man, because having to stay in this company, and he'll be up on the main roster if he does go up, like, at the end of the summer. He'll have to be on the main roster for 2 years, bro.
Oh.
Talk about a way to kill your fucking. They would,
Yeah.
bro. I say this every time I think about it, but when the Undisputed, if they ever have to go up, they will be the most cowardly heels we've ever seen, bro. That's just how I know they're going to be booked on the main roster, and I do not want to see that. But overall, man, to be honest, the way Britt Baker was talking about it, because I mean, they are dating, we all know that. She would, of course, know if he signed a deal. And the way she was talking, I don't think he did. I think his contract still ends in August. I think that would be with at least Kyle and not Kyle and O'Reilly, Fish and O'Reilly. I would think that would be the same for them too. Roddy, I could really see him staying, even if Adam Cole and them do leave. I could still see Roddy staying because his wife is there in NXT, and their whole thing is that they bring their son, with them when they travel. So, to be honest, I could see Roddy staying, but Adam Cole, man, I have this weird feeling that I see him leaving. I don't know why. I could be wrong. I could be fucking wrong as hell, and it'll fucking show up on Raw after SummerSlam, but with the Undisputed. But to be honest, bro, I don't know why I have this feeling, but I just have this feeling that at least he's gonna leave. I don't know why. I might it might just be the hopes and dreams in my heart wanting to come true, but I low key just see him leaving, man, and I think that Fish and O'Reilly would be smart enough to leave with them, because I mean they signed just like I think like just like a month before he did, man. I remember hearing it in fucking PWU fucking was reporting that those two got signed, and then that Brooklyn happened a little bit after that. But uh, I hope if the scenario plays out like this, it would suck if fucking Fish and O'Reilly's contracts were up, so they re-signed, but Cole doesn't re-sign and he leaves. That would just suck. And those two, man, that would just suck for them. They just get if they go up, but like just them two, they will be the definition of lost in the shuffle, man. But I think they would be smart enough to go with them because they are all friends. They are. So but to be honest, I see at least the three original in the UE to leave. I don't know why I have this feeling, but I could just see them. Especially Adam Cole just showing up, bro, in fucking Ollie, because, I mean, that's where all his friends are, man. He's friends with all those guys, for them in fucking, BTE storyline, he's dead. I mean, he died. We all know that little storyline they had where he died. We all know that, but yeah, man, to be honest, this would be my preferred um course of history, but I think and I want Adam Cole to leave when his contract is up, because that would be an amazing career, man. You wouldn't go to Raw or SmackDown and just be a cowardless idiot, because that's what he's gonna be when he goes up, a coward. It's just a coward. That's literally the big thing they're gonna be if they go up to the main roster, man. They are just gonna lose all of their coolness. We're gonna have to hear Michael Cole say the Undisputed Era. You know, no one's gonna want that, man. Their look doesn't fit NXT. Their style doesn't fit NXT, man. They're all the and if you look in 2K, it says they're light heavyweights, but they're all cruiserweights. And you know how Vince feels about. To Vince, man, every single one of them are gonna be vanilla midgets, bro. Do you really want a fucking group of four quote unquote vanilla midgets on Raw or SmackDown? Look at Cedric, look at Ricochet, look at all those guys, look at what they've become. Come on, man. Fucking, I'm sure I love Buddy Murphy, man, but I'm pretty sure the only reason he's not a super jobber to Vince is because he's fucking ripped. That's the only reason to Vince he's not a jobber, man. And I mean, uh, Adam Cole, he did gain muscle. over his course of NXT. I did notice that, but he's not a Neville or a Buddy Murphy, bro. None of them are. They're just three. I mean, just four, just normal dudes, or you would think that. So like they're just above average in their physique, you could say. But yeah, man, if they go up, that's just gonna be bad all around, man. But do I see them leaving? At least I see Adam Cole leaving. I don't know why I have this feeling, bro, but I just have that feeling that when his contract comes to an end in early August, that's what's gonna happen, man. So yeah, man, that's my take on this. What do you got?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think Adam Cole, uh, yikes. Do
Mhm.
I think his contract is up in? I do think that his contract is possibly uh more than likely going to be up in August.
Mhm.
But do I see him leaving? I man, that's tough.
Mhm.
I, I feel like I don't see him leaving if the other guys don't with him, and I think if he leaves and they don't, oh, that's not gonna be good. Uh yeah, I mean, I honestly just I don't know, man. Adam Cole, I don't think that he is going to do. I don't think they'll have him do anything on the main roster. I really don't.
Mhm.
And same with the whole entire group. I just don't. Obviously, they hate factions. That's a given.
Mhm.
And I don't think. I just don't think that they. I don't think that they will believe in them. Here, let me just fucking finish. Let me just finish fucking doing this match.
Swear, man, if fans hate factions, they're fucked. Cause that's who they all are. They're just the undisputed, man. That'll just suck so much dick. Yeah. Why does it say factions? Why? Makes
Guys,
no
don't
sense.
ask why my Roman Reigns is 100 overall. It's fun to play against the overpowered beast. And Roman is funny because he actually buries people.
Yeah, he literally does in that game, guys. It's bad but great.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think I don't see Adam Cole leaving. I don't see him doing his faction like that. I don't. I honestly could see Roderick Strong staying, but if Adam Cole leaves, I mean this is going to be it's going to hurt one of the most promising factions, but can you really say that to the point where I feel like they're not promising in WWE's eyes? You know what I mean? How long before they just don't feel special anymore, which
Mhm.
would probably be soon. You know what I mean? These guys soon into their main roster run, obviously with Michael Cole calling them the Undisputed Era. Obviously, no, that is just annoying in itself. And all these guys are little. They're little guys.
Mhm.
That's the point of them being all together. You know what I mean? Because they're all little. So make a group out of it. So they're dominant, obviously, and they look like a threat. And Adam Cole Adam Cole is just way too special to be in a sea of nothing, and I don't think he deserves that. I don't think Roderick Strong deserves that. I don't think Kyle O'Reilly deserves that, and I don't think Bobby Fish deserves that. These guys have worked so hard and made NXT so special. Aside from Gargano and Ciampa, these guys were the guys that made NXT into what it is, and I don't think they deserve to be treated like shit and treated like a coward ass heels. And obviously their time on Raw and SmackDown. If you guys remember their Survivor Series little angles where they, where they whatchamacallit, like invaded Raw anytime anybody was coming to beat them back up, they would run away. So if that's any indication on what the Undisputed Era is going to be like when they do get called up, that's most likely what they're going to be like. They're probably going to be or not two, four wimps.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's four of them. It doesn't make any sense. But if that's the case, I would want Adam Cole to leave, and that's probably going to be the case. But the only reason I don't want to see Adam Cole leave is just because I feel like the other four are gonna stay. And I don't, that would just suck for them unless they got taken over by Kevin Owens or something, or they did some kind of leader switch, um, like a Bullet Club. But I mean, Adam Cole showing up in AEW, obviously he's got the history. It would make all the sense in the world for him to show up in AEW. But yeah, he's had such a good career in WWE, and I just don't want it to be ruined by the main roster. And I feel obviously Vince doesn't like factions, and he doesn't like little guys. So this, and they're not even that little, but Vince's ideal pro wrestler is fucking 6'5", 250 pounds, with 200 of that being muscle and 1% of that being brain. Um, and yeah, it's just these guys are just a recipe for disaster, and they'll probably be broken up, forgotten about 6 months into their run, which is the saddest part about the UE if they do get called up. And yeah, nobody wants to see a faction like this get called up to do nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so do I want Adam Cole to leave for his career? Yes, but at the same time, I think it would make all of us sad to see the Undisputed Era kind of break up and see Adam Cole just go back on his own. I think that would break all of our hearts in a way. Even though Adam Cole's going on to do better things, what about the other guys type situation? So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see where this goes, man. Hopefully it's some kind of way where these guys can all be booked good and together. You know what I mean? Because these guys have created something so special that to
Mm-hmm.
break it up at this point, obviously, it's sad. It's sad to see, if these guys were to break up, and I hope that doesn't happen. But I mean, we'll just see where it goes. I mean, like I said, man, all I honestly want to see out of this is for these guys to be booked good and for them to stay as the Undisputed Era because it's too special at this point to just abandon. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Yeah, man, that's my take on it. Obviously, it's a developing story, but hopefully, like I said, whether these guys go to AEW, which I would definitely prefer over going to the main roster. I want to see these guys book good, and I want to see these guys, um, and I want to see these guys be the Undisputed Era all together, the
Mm-hmm.
four of them. So, yeah, man. Moving on, we bring to you the NXT Takeover predictions, but before we do that, man, Triple H, we bring to you the NXT Takeover in your house predictions, but before we get on to that, Triple H had announced that if the fans are into it, that Takeover in your house will be a yearly thing. So, what do you think?
I think that's a good thing, man. It'll always be a nice to have, because the only a special name takeover every year is War Games. But it would just be cool to see in your house just be used every year for a little different thing every year. They could probably make it the summer show thing, or maybe the what the fuck the Mania weekend show thing. But yeah, I'd always be down for that, man. So it'll be really cool. I would really dig it. It would be a really good tribute you'd say Dusty, man, because In Your House was a WCW thing. So it'd be good, man. I'd be down for that. Or they could make In Your House the War Games pay-per-view every year. I think that would be a pretty cool WCW and Dusty, hat tipping, you could say. So no matter what, if it is returning yearly in any aspect, I'd be down for it, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think this is a great thing to have as their summer show.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's better than just having some random place for the well, not so just some random city for the takeover in the summer. I think the summer is a bit of a weird time for NXT because it's kind of like you're kind of just trying to get to Brooklyn to do the big NXT title change or whatever. But I think In Your House could be something that is made to be special again. Obviously, this being one of the old WWF pay-per-views. Now it's coming back and used in an NXT light. I think it's a good way to pay homage to the past. Obviously, something that was once good when this company was bearable and enjoyable to people. Obviously, In
Mm-hmm.
Your House. So I think it's something cool to build to during the summer. Since the summer pay-per-views, they always kind of put together random matches for NXT just to get us to the Brooklyn show or the SummerSlam weekend show. So, yeah. So, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing, and hopefully it ends up being a staple, and we can keep it around. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. Not much to say on that, but moving on. Moving on, man. We got uh Jinder Mahal, WWE champion, former WWE champion, Jinder Mahal. He's injured again. This guy just came back and he suffered some kind of knee injury. There's no known timetable on his return yet, man. But what's your take?
It sucks for him, man. It really does. But I mean, to be honest, at least we're not gonna have to see a fucking dramatic and Jinder Mahal feud for that WWE title. So it sucks for him. I wouldn't wish an injury on anyone, but yeah, man, it sucks for him. But I mean, no one wanted to see that, man. I think this is just better for him because he's gonna be actually less hated than he would be if he went and had a feud with Drew McIntyre. So again, I don't wish an injury on anyone, but yeah, man, it's just not a storyline I would have liked. So yeah, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Really, it just sucks for him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Same for me as well. Not much to take on this. Obviously, you never want to wish an injury on any talent. Obviously, you want everybody to be healthy. But again, this definitely saves us from a Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre match for
Hmm.
the WWE Championship, which, ooh, Jesus. Again, obviously, I ranted on this a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what show it was on, but I ranted on this. What are they fighting over? Because they were in a
Hmm.
faction together. So what? Um, yeah. So obviously, again, you never want to wish an injury on anybody. Um, but yeah, gender is injured.
Hmm.
But you that kind of rhymed. But yeah, gender is injured. But you never want to
Right.
wish an injury on somebody. I hope he gets back. I hope he gets back healthy, get his knee fixed up. But yes, this all saves us from the tragedy that would have been Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, which would have made absolutely no fucking sense. Thank God he didn't win Money in the Bank, right?
Oh God, swear.
Yeah, man. And as we wrap up on the news here, we got everybody's favorite wrestler. You never want to wish an injury on somebody, but this is the one person that I wish would be served a pink slip because Nia Jax is receiving more backlash.
Hmm.
You know who needs to be receiving the backlash for this? It's WWE because they should
Hmm.
know not to put her unsafe ass, not only Not only should they not put this bitch on television, but
Yep.
with little Kairi Sane, who she's hurt the past 2 times, she's been in matches with Kairi Sane 3 times over the last month. She's hurt her every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a buckle bomb, which now that's banned, that's a little bit of news that comes along with this too. Now the buckle bomb's banned, she needs to be banned, not the fucking buckle bomb. It's WWE's fault. They keep putting her in this fucking in these matches. They keep putting Kairi Sane in these matches with Nia Jax, and she's getting fucking injured, and they blame it on a goddamn buckle bomb. Well, tell me this: why don't you ban throwing a motherfucker at the steps? You won't, right? Because it's a simple fucking move. Not for her. She fucking busts her goddamn head open again because she's so fucking careless and reckless with how she fucking performs, and she's a goddamn idiot, and she needs to be fucking fired because of the fact she doesn't know how to fucking wrestle, and she has no fucking courtesy on her opponents and how she takes care of them in the ring. You're supposed to take care of your fucking opponents. We're not in the UFC, bitch. What the fuck does this
Mm-hmm.
look like to you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What do you think about this, man?
God, man, I'm with you, man. Fucking Nia, man. Like, why does she still have a title match, bro? Like, I mean, Asuka, she's tough as shit, but I don't know if anyone's tough enough to fucking stop Nia Jax from getting thrown into a fucking, at this point, probably into fucking the crowd. Probably into like glass fucking, that plastic ass railing that they have for the crowd. You know, man? Like, like, Nia, why are you still employed? Like, how is so many people not employed anymore, but Nia is, bro. Nia Jax, someone who's not, like you said, not only injured Nia Jax, Kairi Sane all 3 times they wrestled together, but she's injured so many more people. I have the clip stuck in my head of when she dropped Charlotte on her head from just picking her up. Just a simple action of picking Charlotte up, she botched, and she dropped her on her head. Like, dude, why is Nia Jax still employed? Don't ban the buckle bomb. I mean, Seth does it just fine. A lot of people do it just fine. Are you gonna ban fucking picking someone up? Because Nia dropped them on their head? Like, just fire Nia Jax, man. She can't wrestle. We all know that. She's careless. She's unbelievably careless. She can't cut a promo. She doesn't have any type of look. She seems like an asshole backstage, to be honest. The way she just comes off, she seems like an asshole backstage. Unless you're friends with her. Um, why is she employed, bro? If Big Cass is fucking fired for all that shit, why is Nia? Why does Nia, like, just because she's quote unquote related to The Rock doesn't mean shit, man. Fuck, man. He has to realize, even if cousin or not, she sucks. If my cousin, if I was if I was The Rock, if I was someone like The Rock and my cousin was employed by this company and my cousin sucked ass in the ring and was careless and injured people, would I be mad if they fired her or him? No. I would understand because you can't do that. Like, don't stop that. Stop that, man. Like, man. Like, hold on. Sorry. Sorry for this. But like, dude, how are you gonna fucking ban the buckle bomb but keep Nia Jax employed? Or how are you gonna keep her with a title match? That just makes no sense, man. How are you gonna injure someone 3 times in a row, but not but you know, she still has a title match, and if she injures Asuka in any way, she should be fired. It's just obvious, man. Like, as a, we all know Brie Bella how bad she was at botching, but she was only bad at herself. She didn't hurt anybody else that I remember. She just looked like an idiot anytime she went in the ring. So her suicide dive was just like a fucking just a weightless fucking just heavy ass drop when she would fucking suicide dive. But when Nia Jax, she's just so careless. Like the way it happened with Kairi Sane, she had no footing and she just grabbed her head and just threw her into the fucking stairs. Like, come on, that's as simple as shit to not fuck up. But it's not like it was an accident. She just didn't care. She just knew she had to do the spot and just did it, no matter what. and that's the problem, man. Nia Jax should be fired, no question. If I was Vince, I would have been fired Nia Jax. She offers nothing but misery to this roster, man. So definitely, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I think you're exactly right, and I also think too, like you said, she has virtually no look.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back and looks the exact same. There's no new haircut, no new attire, no new entrance, nothing. Nothing new. Same old Nia. When she cuts a promo, she sounds like a little fucking 13-year-old chick in middle school
Mm-hmm.
who's like talking about some other bitch she hates. You know what I mean? And that's not only a problem. You can at least, you want to hurt people, whatever. But you can at least, not whatever, but what I'm getting at is,
Mm-hmm.
again, you can at least take to social media and apologize. Don't go on social media laughing about it, saying, "Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
guys are just haters." Do you want to
Oh,
ask Kyrie Sane if you're a fucking hater? You want to ask that scar on her goddamn head if that's a fucking hater? Are you
like
kidding me?
this
Are
isn't
you
a
kidding
care.
me?
This isn't heel heat. You're hurting people legitimately, carelessly, and you're just bragging about it. That ain't right in
Yeah,
the
and you're
slightest.
and you yeah, and you're fucking laughing about it like something's funny. How the fuck would you like
Mm-hmm.
it if fucking Ronda Rousey snapped your arm in half and then went on social media, say, your arm's broke, mine now.
Exactly.
No, you'd be
She'd be
pissed
pissed.
off.
Mm-hmm.
And then, speaking of Ronda, and then she wants to go out and say and call Ronda an unsafe worker to, like you said, have no footing and literally whip Kyrie Sane at the bottom turnbuckle. Not only that, fucking uh, again, it just Kyrie Sane literally you could hear her yell, "I'm not set" or "I'm not ready" or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. She not only yelled that, but again, how you do understand throwing somebody into the steps doesn't take you actually whipping them with all your might into the steps.
Mm-hmm.
You do understand you just kind of make it look like you're whipping them, right? You do understand that? So
Like,
stupid. It shows it, throwing somebody into the steps is as simple is
mm-hmm.
as simple as putting on a headlock or wrist lock. It's so
See,
simple. How do you bust somebody's head open? By
like,
throwing them into the steps. Are you mental? And then laugh about it and go making TikToks to all your haters? Fuck off.
like, come on, man. Just, it's not it, man. Come on, it's simple logic. It's like, it's not botching. It's just carelessness. That's what it really is. These aren't botches. They're not accidents. She just doesn't care what she's doing. Like, it's bad. Dang, why is she employed? Why?
And like you said too, I can give two fucks if she's The Rock's cousin. I can give a shit in a fucking half.
Mm-hmm. No one cares.
Okay? And? But you don't want to
Yeah.
make The Rock unhappy? He spends most of the time in Hollywood anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like,
besides, if you don't want to fire her, send her back to the performance center. She's not an attraction anyway. And if that bothers The Rock, well, guess what? His daughter's in the performance center too. So who gives a
mhm,
fuck at that point?
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
like, come on, man. Terrible talent in every form.
Honestly, man. Next up, moving on. Oh shit, I'm Adam Cole. God damn it, I hate when I do that. Next up, man, moving on. Darren Young recently spoke on an interview, and there was a plan for WrestleMania 36 to bring the Nexus back, and that plan got trashed, man. What do you think about that? Being that we literally just did a what if the
Hmm.
Nexus was never buried.
Bro, if
What do
that
you
would have
think?
happened, I would have marked So, bro, my brain would have broke. Cause if it went by plan, of course, it would have been at an arena in a crowd, and Wyatt versus Cena in a normal match, and Wyatt would have won. I think it would be obvious. And afterwards, bro, Nexus attacking him, bro, all of them back, bro. That, bro, that would be so awesome and amazing. Bro, I would have marked unbelievably hard. My brain, I would have died. I would have been so confused, but so happy, and just so, that would be amazing. That would have been awesome. It would have been just been good for all of them, bro. It could be a return as a whole of the Nexus, and that would be amazing. But yeah, it didn't happen. Sadly, no crowd at Mania, so it would have been Vince's logic. There would be no pop, and why even call them? Which, I mean, you said this when we first heard the news. You said this. Why didn't they put them in the Firefly Funhouse match? That would have been a great psychological thing for Cena to go through. The burial of the Nexus. He remembers that. He probably hates it. Looking back at it now, he's probably ashamed of himself. Why could he use that in the Firefly Funhouse, man? That would have got a pop in itself from the fans. That would have been awesome to see from the Firefly Funhouse. Already an amazing. That would have amplified it even higher, man. But it's unfortunate that they weren't able to do it to a live crowd from a match in Mania, and it just sucks that, to be honest, Vince probably didn't even think about putting them in that shit. So in the match in Firefly Funhouse match. So yeah, man, it would have been so. And another thing, it kind of shows on why Heath Slater was so easily released. Because I mean, if they're not gonna bring the Nexus back anymore, what's the point of keeping him? That's probably the only reason to keep him,
Right.
Which sucks for him. But hopefully, maybe. I think they all talk. I think Heath Slater talks about it. He'd be down for a indie Nexus reunion. That would be fucking amazing. I would
Nexus
love,
and AEW.
bro. That would be awesome, bro. Nexus versus Dark Order. Sign me up, bro.
The
Sign.
Nexus versus the Elite.
That would be awesome, bro. Just to see them again. I don't know if they could actually call themselves the Nexus, or I wonder if they'll call themselves the Core with one R. That would be kind of bad. But I would just see them just all together again. Just the memories of the once great idea, the Nexus. But it's just unfortunate how it didn't come to play, man. So yeah, I wish we could have seen that, man. But what do you think about that whole situation?
That that's crazy. I mean, I
Hmm.
would have thought, I would have honestly thought that they would have brought them. I would have thought that I honestly thought they would have brought them in for the Firefly Funhouse match. I mean, that is the perfect scenario to like bring these guys back in. The Firefly Funhouse match, and obviously that being one of the things that haunts Cena, and it makes sense. It haunts him because obviously he has spoke out against that, and he said that he does regret burying the Nexus, and I think having a moment where Wyatt goes way back into time to flash back to a group that Husky Harris was in, that before he was even Bray Wyatt, and have the Nexus have a scene in there where the Nexus are beating up John Cena. That would have been kick ass, and dude, that would have been so special. It honestly would have. Obviously, I think it showed a clip of the Nexus, and it showed a clip of CM Punk too, like his greatest failures type thing.
Hmm.
But I think it showed a little like split second clip of those guys in there. But yeah, I honestly think that would have been kick ass to see them in person, and I wonder if that was the angle for the summer
Hmm.
that
That would.
needed crowd reaction.
Hmm.
Probably, probably, man. So yeah, I mean the Nexus, it would have been awesome. It really would have been awesome to see these guys come back. And yeah, man, that's my take on it. But hey, I just can't help but think. I wonder if WWE would have just botched that too.
Yeah, you never
Um,
know, probably.
so Yeah, but hopefully not. I guarantee you that was going to be the angle for the summer.
Hmm.
Guarantee you. Yeah, now that I think about that, man, I guarantee you that would have been the angle for the summer. But yeah, it would have been awesome to see the Nexus back. It really would have. As far as what they would have done with them, I don't know, but the original moment they would have came back at WrestleMania, that itself would have been fucking incredible.
Unbelievable.
Um, a lot of childhood memories there in the Nexus. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah. So is there anything else you got to say on that matter?
No, man, it's just such a something that we hear could have happened. Now that's another what if in itself, man.
For sure. Yeah,
Definitely.
man. That's gonna do it for the news, man. And now moving on, we got the NXT Takeover in your house predictions. This Takeover card is looking pretty beast, man. With the exclusion of one match, and that one match, the first match on here, we got Tegan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart, and Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez. What do you got?
Um, do I care? To be honest, no, I don't think anyone really cares about this match, truly. Just Shotzi Blackheart. She's just,
Cringe.
God, I can't stand. She's just so cringy,
Are you
bro.
talking about the
It's,
ballsy badass?
I hate
What?
her, man. She's good in the ring, clearly, but my God, I just dislike her just 'cause how cringy she is. But
Yeah.
Tegan Knox, man, she's not doing as much as I thought she would, bro. I think Charlotte's just really hogging shit up, bro. Because she could be someone facing, an Io Shirai as a champ, But yeah, man. Who do I want and who do I think will win this match? Damn. To be honest, who would I think? Who would they have win, the heels or the face? To be honest, damn. Um, I think they're building up all the heel. Wait, who's in that heel group? There's
Candice, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez.
fuck. I think the only one there. You know what? Oh, damn. I'm gonna just go with the heels, man, 'cause they could be building Candice up either with winning or her losing. So I'm just go with the heels. And who do I want to win? Uh, uh, to be honest, man, I don't care. This match can go either way, and I'll be happy for whoever wins. To be honest, man, as long as Chelsea Blackheart just doesn't get any pins, I just can't stand her, man. I really can't. But yeah, who do I think? I guess heels, and who do I want? Again, I guess the heels, man. Who do you got for this match?
Yeah, man. I mean, just a quick rundown of everybody in the match. I think you said it perfectly with Knox. I think that Knox thought. I thought that Dakota Kai versus Tegan is.
Mm-hmm.
Shotzi Blackheart obviously has been kind of in there to back up Tegan Knox against obviously the pairing of Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Mia Yim, she's kind of in a prominent role. Obviously, she's facing Keith Lee, or she's with Keith Lee facing against Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano, and that's been going pretty good. But yeah, I think they're building up. I think they're building up Candice. So I think the heels are gonna take it here for sure. Yeah, that's my prediction. And Candice is doing really good with Johnny. I like their new pairing. I think it's going really well. They're just Johnny's just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so they're doing pretty good. And yeah, I think that the heels are gonna win here, but Candice LeRae just beat just beat Mia Yim on NXT, so that could open up for the baby faces to win here as well. But yeah, man, I guess I'll just give it to the heels here.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, man, we got the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, bro. Who do you got?
Ooh, bro, I'm really loving what fucking Damian Priest is doing, man. I liked him when he first came up with the idea for Damian Priest. I'm still liking him, man. Um, entrance is awesome. The police baton is awesome. His look is awesome. So, who do I want to win? Definitely Damian Priest, bro. I really want him to win this match. 'Cause to be honest, he needs it. To be honest, Finn can take a loss easy. He's Finn Balor, man. To be honest, as much as I love what he's doing in NXT, this version of Finn should be on the main roster. If I'm being real. But yeah, man. I think who I want to win and who should win is definitely Damian Priest, bro, because he's definitely an up and coming star, bro. I can see him easily being North American champion in the coming months. But who do I think is gonna win? Sadly, bro. Sadly, I could really see Finn Balor winning this match. I don't want him to. I love Finn, but I don't want him to. But yeah, bro. I love Finn Balor, but I don't want him to win. But I have this feeling that he will. But I hope it doesn't come true. But who do I want to win? Damian Priest, definitely. But who do I think it will win? I just have this feeling of fucking Finn Balor winning, man. Who do you got for this match?
Yeah, man, Damian Priest. For I always loved everything about Damian Priest as well. I love the whole Archer of Infamy name that fucking Morrow came up with, Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love the entrance. I love his promo delivery. This guy, talk about the opposite of Shotzi Blackheart. He knows when to pause on his
Mm-hmm.
promos. Obviously, not at the most awkward spots. He knows how to pause in between his lines. He just knows how to cut a promo, man, and he is fantastic. And I think with everybody leaving, you're gonna have to give Damian Priest a win. I'm sorry, Finn Balor's already made. Finn Balor's
Mm-hmm.
already a star. You're gonna need to give this win to Damian Priest. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to start building these people up, and he's one of the main guys to where it's like, okay, you want to push somebody, you want somebody to be in a prominent spot, look no further than Damian
Mm-hmm.
Priest. Because Finn Balor's already been there, man. He doesn't need it. And how beast would it look if Damian Priest reveals himself as the attacker and still beats Finn Balor? This guy looks badass with his nightstick. There was a bit of a down spot around
Mm-hmm.
last December, or in that period of time, that stretch of time where it looked like didn't really look like they were going anywhere with them. And even the beginning of the year, oh, Jesus. But now it looks like he's getting a lot of upside, man, and you have to give it to Damian Priest, man. That's who I'm predicting to win this one. I think Finn Balor's already made. I think he's already a star. He's already established. I just think you got to give Damian Priest a win here for sure. Build him up. That way, if everybody does leave, you have people in line. Because Finn Balor's going to be in line no matter what. He's Finn Balor. He's an NXT legend. Um, and yeah, so Damian Priest definitely. I'm predicting Damian Priest to pick up the victory here, man. But next up, Killer Cross, Karrion Cross, whatever you want to call him, versus the Blackheart Tommaso Ciampa, bro. Who do you got?
Yo, I'm loving what Cross is doing, bro. This shit is awesome, bro. He's got the look. His theme song and entrance is so cool and so unique. Scarlett's doing so good as just fucking, I don't even know what, do you call her a manager? She's not to downgrade her, but she's more of just someone next to him. Not trying to downgrade her all, but currently that's kind of who she is. Like his other eyes, you could say she is, man. But I just love the pairing. They look great. They're acting great. It's amazing. Um, who do I want and who will? I'm gonna go with both for Karrion Cross, because I mean I'm a Champa Mark. You guys know this, especially new. I am
Right.
a Champa Mark. I love Champa to death. Probably if he keeps this up, he'll be my favorite of all time easily. But bro, Champa, he can take a loss. You could tell this part of the year for him right now is kind of a downtime for him, man.
Mhm.
I don't know if you could tell this, but after his loss to Johnny and his probably lost to Karrion Kross. I think he might even take a break off TV. You know, you never know. But other way, man. Uh, Champion can take a loss. We all know he's a beast. He doesn't need to prove it by beating Karrion Kross. We know what Champa can do, but yeah, man, I'm gonna give it to Karrion Kross, bro. He just came up. This is his first takeover, and a win against someone like Champa, who's at this point so established in NXT and just as a beast. A win against him at his first takeover is gonna look great for Kross, bro. So I'm gonna give both who do I want and who I think will to Kross, bro, all around. He's got so much potential, man. I dig it a lot. I love his character. I love his look. I love everything about him in Scarlet, man. I love it a lot. And yeah, man, for both, I definitely gotta go with Karrion Kross. I'm Champ Mark, but Champ can take the L for this match. What do you got?
Yeah, man, for sure. I think Ciampa's definitely gonna lose here. I think it's a no-brainer gonna go to Karrion Kross, bro. Because man, you can tell they are trying to skyrocket him to the top as fast as possible, man. Usually people's first takeover matches are against somebody like a Cameron Grimes or a Bronson Reed. But no, they're giving him Ciampa and immediately putting him in a big feud. And yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense. Obviously, he doesn't really strike me as a guy who wants to toy around with undercard talent. Obviously, and that is what they are having him do here. They're having him face Ciampa. Ciampa is definitely going to lose here. Karrion Kross is definitely going to pick up the victory because, again, same thing I just said with Damian Priest. Ciampa is established, and obviously you are going to need people for
Mm-hmm.
when all these people get called up. And who better than
Mm-hmm.
not only Damian Priest, but Karrion Kross as well. Obviously, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to need to be an established player to combat AEW in some kind of ratings war, even though it's not really a war. But regardless, I think Karrion Kross is going to win here. Ciampa's got nothing to prove. He's done everything he could. He's a bit of a downtime for him. He's in a bit of an undercard feud, not doing anything for any kind of championship, but that's all right. Because AJ Styles said this a couple years ago. He said when he didn't want to be WWE champion for any longer because when you're at the top for too long, you eventually grow stale. Everybody needs to
Mm-hmm.
be on the undercard for some time. Every top guy needs to have some kind of little undercard run where they're kind of just refreshing, bit of a mid-card feud, mini feud kind of going on. So yeah, and it's good for Ciampa. He will definitely, without a doubt, see the days of an NXT champion again. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no question about that. And yeah, I mean, it's just simply just building Karrion Kross up, doing the right thing. And yeah, definitely think Karrion Kross is going to walk out with the victory here. Next up, man, we got the NXT Women's Championship. We got Charlotte Flair defending the NXT Women's Championship again against Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. What do you think?
With the rumors of Io Shirai going up to the main roster, sadly, I'm not gonna give who I think will to Io Shirai. To be honest, who do I want to win? Io, bro. I don't take. I'm not taking anything away from Rhea Ripley, bro. She's amazing, and I love Rhea Ripley, but bro, Io is just she deserves it, man. She's a beast, bro. I love Io, bro. I love everything about her. I love her style, her aura that she's developed over this heel run. I love her entrance music. I love her entrance. Every aspect of Io is just awesome, bro. So to be honest, who would I want? Io Shirai, man. But the way it's looking, I don't think she has a chance, man. So and hearing some more rumors. To be honest, bro, I who do I think will win? To be honest, sadly, I think Charlotte Flair is gonna retain. I don't know why. I wouldn't think. There's part of me that says she won't, But I remember there was something in the news that made me think that Charlotte's gonna defend her title. I remember I heard something about how something like that, man. But
So are you talking
if
about that they see her as a unbeatable champion with this aura
yeah,
around her that she can't be beaten? Something like that?
yeah, man.
Whack.
So the only way I could see Charlotte losing, sadly, this not how I actually see it, but by Rhea Ripley pinning Io Shirai. That's the only way I could see Charlotte losing the title in this situation, sadly, because you know how they are with Charlotte. Like you just said, they want her to be some type of beast for whatever fucking reason when she is quite the opposite. When she fucking sucks. I hate Charlotte, I'm gonna be honest. She shows no talent to me. Um, she can't wrestle, can't cut a promo, has no look. Well, has her father's look, but 10 times worse. But yeah, man. Ooh, because my want is definitely Ego, but my think it really could go to fucking yeah, either Charlotte or Rhea Ripley, man. Um, if it's not Io, I hope Rhea. But who do I think I'm gonna go with? Ooh, I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley because the news on that how they want to see her has a loophole in having one of the other two get pinned. So I'm gonna give this win to Rhea Ripley for though who I think. Who do you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, Charlotte has been nothing but a tank to this division, and I feel like Triple H noticed it, and I think this
Mm-hmm.
goes hand in hand with Becky leaving. I think on Raw they're in a panic, and I think they want Charlotte back. I
Mm-hmm.
see Charlotte losing the championship here. I hope. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see her retaining. Um, I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball, man, and I'm gonna give this win to Io Shirai. I'm gonna
Mm.
say Io wins here, regardless. I don't know if she's going up to the main roster, which hopefully could have ended up changing.
Hopefully.
But I think, I keep yawning. I think Rhea, I think Rhea has already got the championship, and I think she will win it back from Io eventually, and then from there Io will go up. But sadly enough, man, I don't think that Charlotte is going to be the one pin here. But
Sadly.
it's a tough match to predict. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I think EO's gonna win. I think that they understand that this is their time, like I said, and I think they're in a bit of a panic now that Becky Lynch is gone, and they need Charlotte back on Raw. Thank God she's not working 3 shows anymore. Well, she didn't work SmackDown, but she still does do Raw and NXT. But yeah, I think that I think that uh my God. Yeah, I think that Charlotte is going to lose here. I think they realize that what they did, they fucked up. What they could do is they could give this to Rhea and maybe go into what they were going to originally go into if Charlotte never won the championship, which is Rhea and Io. But I'm gonna jump the gun here, man. I'm gonna say Io Shirai walks out the NXT Women's Champion. I don't really know why, but that's just what I feel. And next up, man, North American Championship. Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano. What do you got?
Ooh. Damn, that's a little harder one, man, but they are really building up Johnny as this heel persona, and I really dig it. But I think Keith Lee. I don't know if the fans are still over with him as they were. I know Keith Lee's loved. I think it's obvious, but I don't know if he's still as over since we don't have a legitimate crowd. But to be honest, I'm gonna give both my who and my what and who I think to Keith Lee, man. Just he needs to keep it for a good minute, man. He really does. That title needs a little more prestige added to it. It's a fairly prestige mid card title, but I think it still needs just that long reign of just someone who's just so legit and the fans just love. So you know what, man? For my both, I'm gonna give it to Keith Lee, bro, because I think Johnny, he's another one that could take L's. He doesn't always have to be in the spotlight, and we know that. And he already won that title before, so I don't think a second title reign would do much for him, or their storyline. I think what Johnny Heel's storyline is eventually going to culminate into another, face turn. I think that's what it's going to culminate for Johnny at least. I don't know too much about Candice. I would think Candice as well, but I think it's just going to end up being where he realized that a heel also does work, and that he was only doing that as a babyface because it was just a low point for him. That's what I think this whole Johnny and Candice storyline will culminate into, man. But yeah, man. I think Keith Lee. I think he deserves this win. He's worked so hard for that title. He's got so over for it. And yeah, bro. I think he should keep it for a fat minute. So I'm gonna go with this win in defense. And who the want and the who I think too is Keith Lee, bro, all the way. Who do you got?
Yeah, man. I think they want Keith Lee to be one of the premier people on that
Mm-hmm.
show, and yeah, I think they want him to be one of the premier people on that show, and yeah, I think that they will keep the championship on him just to solidify that he is a main player on that show. And yeah, Johnny doesn't always have to be in the spotlight, like you said. He can take a back seat for just a little bit of time, and it'll be all
Mm-hmm.
right. Um, but yeah, I think eventually they will move Keith Lee on to the NXT Championship. But I think just maybe one more takeover with the North American Championship, and he should be good. But uh, yeah, but as for now, I think the belt is gonna stay on Keith Lee for sure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I'm definitely predicting Keith Lee to win this one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Most
man. And
definitely.
next up, the main event: Adam Cole and the Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship. What do you think?
I'm really digging this unique match they're setting up, this backlot brawl. We saw a picture of it teased on NXT this week of that picture of all those cars surrounding the ring, all the headlights onto that looks sick to be honest. But yeah, man, I'm really digging the match itself. It's gonna be another one of those cooler cinematic matches, very similar, I think, in feel to what Gargano and Ciampa did. But yeah, bro, it's gonna be a great match. I really dig it. But who do I think and who do I want? I think it's gonna be both the same for me. Well, ooh, hold on. It might not be. Well, I'm gonna start with who do I think? Who do I think will win? I think, to me, it's obvious that Adam Cole will retain because I know they don't want him um to be called up yet. I heard it's for towards more end of summer, probably the summer takeover, but like this technically would be the summer takeover, but end of summer takeover. Um, but I but yeah, man, I think also multiple things with Velveteen Dream would like point to him not winning. His of course his accusations of him and that teenage girl. Um, to be honest, I don't know if they're true. We have no confirmation on whether it's true or not. But to be honest, I think the rumors already is dying down. I think already just people are like, okay, I think it's obvious at this point. It's probably some bullshit. So I think people are already starting to forget these allegations. And most smarks are actually smart, and they automatically wouldn't hate him just on allegations alone. It's proof of what needs of the action. We would need proof of it to believe. But I think just the fact that they want him to be called up and his allegations that are starting to die but are still there. People on Twitter will still remember him. But yeah, man, I don't see Velveteen winning at all. Sadly, I mean it would be great for him. I mean it would suck if he didn't because I mean that means he would have never became NXT champion while he was NXT, which sucks, man. But to be honest, I think he would lose it anyway if he did win it to an upcoming Karrion Cross. But yeah, man. Who do I think? I think it's gonna be Adam Cole, and to be who do I want? Damn, man. I don't want to say either of them, man, because I know the fate of either of them if whoever loses this match, sadly. But Who do I want? I'm just go with Adam Cole, man, because I think it's just obvious they're waiting until the end of summer, man. It's just I think it would be better for Dream if he just didn't win it, because at this point he would just win it. He would just be a transitional champion at this point for probably Karrion Kross, because that's what I think. Whatever the Brooklyn, quote unquote, the Brooklyn show will be. But yeah, man. Who do I want and who do I think? I'm gonna go with Adam Cole, man. I love the Dream. I'm a Dream mark, but I sadly don't see him winning in slightest. And if he did, he would just be sadly a transitional champion, man. So yeah, man, I definitely got to go with Adam Cole for this one. But R.I.P. the Velveteen Dream, man. If this is his last one in NXT, rest in peace to that character, because oh no, I'm scared for him on the main roster. He might be the one of those ones on the main roster that somehow does good on the main roster. There's always that random one that does good. Hopefully it would be the Dream. Do I really see it happening? Probably not, man. But yeah, man, I love the Dream, but I'm gonna have to give both of my predictions to Adam Cole. Who do you got?
Yeah, man. I feel that so this backlot brawl, man. I feel like this is going to culminate to man. I mean, like you said, man. I feel like this is just gonna culminate to somebody getting called up, unfortunately, and that is just ridiculous. Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, I don't really want to see either of these guys called up, man. But man, jeez, I think I think loser gets called up.
Hmm.
And now that these allegations are done for, man, it really kind of makes me think that the Velveteen Dream might win, but he's just going to be a transitional champion, and I feel like they'd rather just put him on the main roster,
Hmm.
just to maybe give the Undisputed one last takeover as a write-off, maybe,
Hmm.
considering they're not all on this takeover. And yeah, man, I mean, jeez, it's another one that's very tough to predict. I think they want to save a Dream title win for a pop. However, I think he'll probably be going to the main roster, man, because I'm going to predict Adam Cole for this one. I'm going to predict Adam Cole keeps the championship. If it's no disqualification, I would like
Hmm.
to think that we're going to see Dexter Loomis maybe get involved, and maybe the Undisputed Era.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think that the Undisputed under or I think that Adam Cole is gonna win, man. It's very tough to predict, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I want Adam Cole to win. Now I don't know if that's just my fear of him being called up, or if it's actually gonna or if I actually think that he's gonna win. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, man, I'm gonna say Adam Cole wins here, bro. So yeah,
Hmm.
overall though, what is your excitement for the show?
Very high, bro. I can't wait for the show. There's a lot of cool shit. I can't wait to see a Karrion Kross pay-per-view entrance. I can't wait to see what that backlot brawl really is, truly is. And uh, what else, man? I can't wait to see if Charlotte finally gets to leave NXT for good. I hope so. That would be a pop in itself for for people like me and you. But yeah, man, it's just a lot of things I can't wait to see on the show, and it's to me a moral. I can't wait to see how Karrion Kross is in the ring. I heard he's really good. I just can't wait to see it for myself, man. But yeah, it's a good overall. Just to me, a really good, really great show. It's just classic takeover. It's just amazing. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Very excited about the show. Obviously, one of the times, which is always very exciting when AEW and NXT have pay-per-views, man, because they don't come
Hmm.
around often, just 5 times a year. But these 5 nights are or these 10 nights are very special, very exciting,
Hmm.
very exciting. Obviously, takeover time. We never got the last takeover, so it's been since February since we got a takeover. So I'm very excited for this takeover. However, um, it's one of those shows where it's genuinely hard to predict. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be interesting to see it unfold before our very eyes, man. And yeah, I'm very excited about it for sure. For sure. Yeah, man. So, is there anything else? Is there anything else you got to say? Any last words for the viewers?
Thank you guys for joining us on this show, man, and stay tuned for our review show, cause I mean this we said it for all takeovers that after shows like a takeover, we will see you right after the show and review live stream. So I hope you guys can tune in for that one, man. But
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah, for sure. Just so you guys know, every takeover, every All Elite Wrestling pay per view, unless it's one of their mini ones. If you were wondering, their main one's Double or Nothing. The summer show, which this year is Fighter Fest, but I'm not sure how we will be able to do that this year, considering it's going to be on Dynamite.
Mhm.
Um, so we might just fit that one in with the review since it's not like how it was last year and it was treated as an actual event.
Mhm.
Um, All Out, Revolution, and Full Gear. Those are their 5 pay-per-views a year or 4, something like that. Yeah, I think it's 4. So that's the 4 pay-per-views a year. And then also Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the Money in the Bank. We didn't do Money in the Bank this year because it was on Mother's Day, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. So that is the 5 for WWE that we will be reviewing, just in case you guys did not know. But yeah, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the News Podcast, man. Uh, it has been Johnny Mayhem,
And Sir K.
and yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. You guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys on Sunday after Takeover.
Peace.